For all of you who have always wanted to make money while traveling but didn't know how, you no longer have an excuse. I've invited Jason Wyatt from the RVing community to my channel here today to give you an awesome formula to build a traditional business income from the road with only a cheap laptop. I found him while listening to a podcast. He was a guest speaker for the RV Entrepreneur. From that one episode, I made money following his advice, which helped me fund my travels in my van down to Florida and the Keys. So I trust Jason. If you're like me, you absolutely hate the idea of having to work a 9-to-5 job for the rest of your life like most people end up doing. If you're full-time in a van, you do not need as much money from a business to live on the road. The cost of living in a van can be way lower than living in a house. So in this way, building a business from the road is easier than if you were just stationary, paying rent or mortgage. So guys, that same man who helped me make money from a podcast recording is here to talk to you guys today about how he makes money to support his wife and 2 kids in his RV while full-time on the road. Let's get into it. So Jason, tell us about this income generation method you've created and how we can also use it to make money from the road too.
So basically what we're talking about here is a way that like a complete newbie can create an income online so that they can travel full time, whether that be in a van, an RV, or couch surfing, it doesn't matter. All you need is an internet connection 2 out of every 4 weeks. So what you're going to be doing is putting on online workshops and teaching specific topics. Now, you may think, oh, well, wait a minute, I don't have anything to teach, but don't worry. I'm going to tell you how to be expert enough. You don't have to be the expert. You just have to know more than the person you're teaching. And as long as you give them value, they'll willingly pay you. Now, this method is work. If anybody tries to tell you you can make money without working, you need to run as far as you can. But what I'm going to show you is a very simplified way to do things, and you can get other people to do a lot of the work for you. You may miss some stuff. Don't worry about it. At the end, I'll tell you how to pick up a cheat sheet. I've put all the information together to where it's easy to follow. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, the steps are actually quite simple. First, you just find your niche, and I'll show you how to do that. Now, for each month, you're going to want to find a specific topic to do a workshop within that niche for that month. Now, once you find the topic, you're going to want to split that up into 5 subjects so that you can have 5 webinar sessions or workshop sessions and have content for each of those sessions. Once you have those 5 sessions split up, then you start making an outline. Once you have the outline created, then you can go off that outline to make your sales page. As soon as you have that sales page ready, you have something to show people that they can buy. That's when you go and talk to people and get other people to promote it for you. That's how other people are going to grow your audience for you. Once they buy in to the workshop, then you just put on your workshop, and the next month you rinse and repeat. It's really quite simple. It's a repeatable process, and it doesn't require constant working. I mean, really, you can do 1 week of preparation and then 1 week of actually putting on the workshops and take off the next 2 weeks and then do it again the next month if that's what you want to do. So the first step is to choose your niche. And I like to not use much brain power on this one. I like to leave that up to other people. So if you think about it too much, your own biases will come into play, and you're going to pull yourself one direction, and that direction may not be as profitable as if you allowed other people to show you where to go. So I look on places like Pinterest, see what people are talking about on there. I use things like Google and do a search. And if I do a search and there are other courses in that niche, I know it's a profitable niche to go into, or else somebody else wouldn't be promoting a course on it. So that's how I start to figure out what niche I want to go into. And once I decide what niche, I'm going to carry on every month to month in that same niche and just do different workshops on that same niche. And we'll talk about that here in a second. Step number 2 is to choose your topics. And the reason you're doing 5 topics is that you're going to have 5 days, and every day is going to be a different topic. Now, if you think that you're more comfortable doing 4 topics and just do your workshop Monday through Thursday and take Friday off, that's fine too. A lot of times you can get plenty of content in 4 days. But I like to have 5 just to be congruent, and I will use what I found on Pinterest to choose my 5 different topics. So let's just say, for example, I like to use gardening as an example. So if I choose to do a workshop on indoor gardening, I'll search on Pinterest, indoor gardening, and all these things will pop up, maybe container gardening or growing a certain type of plant in a certain way in a container. I don't know, guys, I'm not a gardener, but you get what I'm saying. Every one of these topics that I'm finding can be a different topic for a different day in your workshop under the heading of container gardening or indoor gardening. And that's going to be your 5 topics for your workshop. So next you want to make your 5 outlines for your 5 presentations. And what I like to use on this one may surprise you. I actually like to use Amazon Kindle. If you go into the Amazon Kindle store and search for a book on your topic, you can leaf through without even buying the book. You can see the table of contents. Just check out what the table of contents is, and you can get ideas for your topics within that subject, and you can put together your entire outline using that one resource. So then you're going to need an email marketing platform, sometimes called an autoresponder. They're a whole lot more complex than a simple autoresponder nowadays, but people still use that term, so you may hear it bannered around. But the one I recommend is GetResponse. There's going to be a link below this video to pick that up. But the reason I recommend that one for this specific application is that it includes a webinar platform along with your email platform and everything else you're going to be needing. It includes your landing pages so that you can create a sales page all using this one tool, and that is the only thing that you'll have to purchase. The best thing is they have a 30-day trial so that you can actually get up and running and start creating profit before you ever have to pay for your subscription. So after you have your email marketing platform set up, it's time to create your sales page. And if you chose something different than GetResponse, you can still create your landing page with several different kinds of software. I'm just talking about GetResponse because it's easy and it's perfect for beginners. But if you already have other solutions, you can use things like Thrive Architect or Divi or ClickFunnels or whatever you prefer to use. You just need a way to create a sales page. So now that you have your sales page up and written and your sales copy written, then you're going to need a payment processor. That way you can get a button and stick it at the bottom of your sales page so people can actually make a purchase. And you may be thinking, well, let me just go out and grab PayPal. I've already got PayPal. That's quick and easy, right? That's not what you need for this. What you need for this is something that will manage affiliates. And affiliates are people who promote your courses for you for a portion of the profits. That's how you're going to build your audience. When you go to someone and ask them to promote, you're going to offer them a percentage of the profits in return, and you need a payment processor that will manage that for you. And you're going to be looking at things like ClickBank, JVZoo, and Warrior Plus. Those are the type of things that you're going to want to start off with. Later on, you can look at ThriveCart. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's a one-time fee, and they don't charge as much like commission and taking a cut off the top. They don't do stuff like that. So eventually you want to move into something like ThriveCart, but for right now, the 3 that I named off and JVZoo, ClickBank, and Warrior Plus. Those are the three that you might want to look at. So now that you have your sales page ready, you have your buy button on your sales page, now you just have to schedule your webinar. And again, you can use whatever platform you want, but I'm recommending for the first timer to use GetResponse because it's your email platform, your landing page, and everything you need all built in. So you go into GetResponse and you schedule your webinar. Schedule all 5 sessions, and then you can connect whatever payment processor you have in with your webinar host, so that if anybody buys, it automatically registers them for all of the webinar sessions all at one time. If the software that you're using doesn't have a direct connection between them and a direct integration, you can always use Zapier, but that kind of gets a little bit more complex. So if you stick with Warrior Plus and GetResponse, everything will run smoothly and you won't have to have the separate Zapier integrations and stuff like that. Everything will flow smoothly. So now that your landing page is set up, your buy button is on there, your webinars are scheduled, and it's integrated with your sales platform, now you're actually ready to start promoting. But you're not going to promote it yourself. You don't have anybody to promote it to. We're talking somebody that's starting off from scratch. So what you do is you go to Facebook and you search for whatever niche it is. Just put a keyword in the top of Facebook, and then you just scroll over and click on groups so that you see all the groups that are related to that keyword. Go into that group, click on members, and it'll show you exactly who the admin of that group is. Approach that person, shoot them an instant message. Wow, like AOL instant message? Wow, I'm old school. Shoot the admin a message and say, hey, I've got this course coming up. It's real inexpensive. It goes over this, this, and this. It fits right in the topic of your group. I was just wondering if either you wanted to promote this in your group or if I could get permission to promote this in your group. Approach them that way first. And if they say no, turn around and say, well, what if I offered you a commission? And that's when you start talking about bringing them on as an affiliate so that they can promote and get a portion of the profits. If you can build an army of affiliates, you won't have to do any work in building your own audience. They will do it for you. So at this point, if you're experienced in Facebook ads, you could run some ads to try to promote on top. Starting off, you might not want to do that. Just let the affiliates do some work for you. If you're inexperienced in ads and you try to run ads, it's a really good way to bleed yourself dry. So if you're not already experienced in ads, let's just skip that part and let the affiliates do the work. So now we come to the point where you're actually doing your workshop. And this is really straightforward. You have your slideshow ready that you created from your topics and your outline and everything that you've already prepared. Create a slideshow from that, log into your webinar platform, and present your material. The only thing you need to keep in mind is that your slideshow, it needs to be organized into specific topics, because you're going to get recordings and you can chop this up later and sell it as a course on its own, like a recorded course instead of live. So now you've got everything done. You've got your webinar done, you've made your money, you're done, right? But you don't have to be done. You can actually use that content and amplify your revenue for the next month. So this is how you do it. You take your recording from your previous webinar, you chop that up into a recorded course just like I mentioned. You put that on your website live as a course unto its own, and maybe you charge a little bit less price if people didn't show up live and they weren't able to ask questions or whatever, but it really doesn't matter. Make sure that you have that available. So the next month, when you're ready to do another topic, you first go to your email list, because all those people that were in your webinar from last month, they're on your email list. Tell them, hey, I've got another webinar coming out. Get them excited about it. Say, this is what it's about. This is what it can do for you. Here's the link where you can buy it. Some of those people are going to buy it from you. Guess what? You don't have to pay commission on those people now. So your revenue actually grew. You're making a bigger percentage off those people. So then you go to your social media following, because, as you're getting your affiliates to promote, once their people come into contact with you, you try to get them on whatever social media you're on. So after you shoot out an email to your email list, you put it out to your social media. Hey guys, I got this coming up. Do a video just like I'm doing right now, and say, go out there and buy it, right? So you don't have to pay for commission on those guys. Only after you have exhausted all of the audience that you've built up using your affiliates in the first place, do you finally go back to your affiliates and you tell them, hey man, I appreciate your help last month. I've got this month. Would you be interested in promoting this? We worked well together last month. I'd like to do it again. And there's going to be a lot of those affiliates that go ahead and promote for you again. So here's how everything amplifies and just grows and grows and grows every month. Because not only are you making more money, a bigger percentage off of your original audience that you're promoting to, but the affiliates, because you're talking about a different subject matter that other people may care about, the affiliates are helping you grow your audience bigger. Now, those people that are coming in that have never been exposed to you before, they are also going to see that you have a growing library of recorded courses that you created from the recordings of your previous webinars, and they may go purchase those as well. So every single month, if you just keep this up, your revenue grows exponentially, and it's really a great method to grow a full-time business in no time. There's a lot of things to try to follow along with, and maybe I went too quickly or just kind of breezed over something that you kind of missed. The good news is that I have created a cheat sheet with everything laid out step by step. If you want to pick that up, you go to tourfree.me/OE for Outdoor Embrace. So that's tour as in touring and free as in freedom. tourfree.me/OE.
We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars.